Southern Ontario, April 11th today here in Canada. So I'm sorry I'm a day behind on this coverage. Life gets in the way of work sometimes, and in part, I'm out of high-speed data. It takes hours to upload a video, so you may not even see this till tomorrow. Today's Tuesday, so I'm reporting here, covering here, commenting here on yesterday's proceedings with what I'll call Trudeau being in court, federal court, as regards whether it was legal to invoke the Emergencies Act and some other issues. So allow me to explain. And first let me say Judge Mosley is his name. To date hasn't been proven to be a relative of Trudeau's. Whoa, there's a first. I haven't had time to dive into him and whether he has any WEF connections, but for the moment, we'll assume the man is straight and he's well versed in the CSIS law. That's our Canadian equivalent of the CIA, which is a lot to do with the emergencies enactment, although I won't get into that. So there are 4 parties involved in this federal lawsuit case, which has taken a year to come to court. The government, the regime of Trudeau, has been resisting it hugely. And it should be noted that there's a lawyer on behalf of the Attorney General is the defense in this case. So once again, we the public are paying for Trudeau to defend himself. Same as what happened at the Trudeau Commission, the investigation into the use of the Emergencies Act. And I will point out there, the government had like 56 or 60 lawyers, and we the people had 8. Now, it should be noted that at that Trudeau Commission, and in this case here, the lawyers are either working pro bono or they're being supported by public donations. So let's look at the 4 groups that have been lumped into this one lawsuit. Again, just stressing the government has been resisting this. So we have the Canadian Constitution Canadian Constitution Foundation, and the Canadian Liberties Association, the CCLA. You may remember Eva Kairuska from the Trudeau Commission is one of the lawyers for the Canadian Civil Liberties Association. We also have the Canadian Frontline Nurses, and we have a couple of individuals referred to as a group who had their accounts frozen. And at some point, we have the government of Alberta is intervening as well. I don't know what that means just yet. So basically, we have 4 different plaintiff groups. The lawyer for Trudeau, the regime of, the lawyer for the Attorney General ran way over his allotted 2 hours the first day, yesterday, Monday, trying to claim in part, well, he tried a lot of things, but one of them was, well, it's over now, why are we even here before the courts? Yeah, okay, nice try, buddy. It didn't fly. So I'm not going to get into the breakdown of the first day, because the government lawyer had filibustered the clock. It was only the lawyer on behalf of the Frontline Nurses and Eva from the Civil Liberties Association, Canadian Civil Liberties Organization, who got to testify. And I won't get into the legalities of what they argued because, well, we'll just see how it plays out at the end. So I know that doesn't really give you much conclusivity and information, but it's all going to add up. and we'll see what happens. I'm curious what the government of Alberta is intervening. This is not new news, by the way, that Alberta is involved. The province of, I don't know, I'm quite curious about that myself. But again, bear in mind, we, the taxpayer, paid for Trudeau to defend himself at the Rouleau Commission, and we're paying him to we're paying for him to defend himself again, while we, the people, pay to prosecute. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think Trudeau should have to pay his own delete expletive lawyers. Anyways, it's the best I can do with it at the moment.